Hello everyone and welcome to Full Spectrum Survival's World News Update for Wednesday, August 17th, bringing you the news that you need to know. Let's begin. Riot police with firearms and batons are expecting another day of unrest after heavily handed forces attempted to break up widespread protests in the Zimbabwe capital of Harare. Research into sparse social media groups within the capital show that discontent is continuing to rise within the region following an official announcement that an alternative currency will be implemented within the country, reigniting fears of hyperinflation and a complete destruction of the country's economy. Claiming that the decision was made by Syrian Democratic Forces, the group previously known as the Free Syrian Army and officially as Syrian Rebel Forces, the United States military and U.S. trained forces within Syria have allowed safe passage out of an embattled Syrian city for hundreds of Islamic State members. The decision to allow safe passage, U.S. military leaders say, was officially made by Western-backed forces within the region. However, we're seeing variations in the terms of passage, with some reports stating that Islamic State forces relinquished their firearms to leave under guard of the U.S. military, while others state that civilians being present forced the move. As this event continues to unfold, researchers are questioning the motivation of Western military forces in what has proven to be the worst civil war in recent history. Reports show that weeks after Iran received $400 million in U.S. currency, the nuclear-capable and primarily hardline Islamic Middle Eastern nation has received another $1.3 billion even as the U.S. government was denying the first payment as a ransom to release prisoners within the nation. Authorities are searching for motive and suspects after what is being reported as a group of criminals opened fire on a traffic police station near Moscow. Some early reports are showing that the attackers are suspected of being rebel fighters from the North Caucasus and backed by the Islamic military, with media sources replaying a call to arms by Islamic State leaders for the infiltration and attack on non-military targets within the US, Europe, and Russia. Dozens of Native American protesters have been arrested and are facing a lawsuit and restraining orders following the peaceful protest of an oil pipeline that will rip through portions of land that has been held as sacred by the people for hundreds of years. The pipeline, if completed, will cross the U.S. states of North Dakota, South Dakota, Iowa, and Illinois, where it will disrupt wildlife, pass within feet of Native American land, and cross over nearly 200 rivers and creeks. Environmental researchers warn that such a large pipeline, only 7 miles short of the heavily contested Keystone pipeline, which faced years of protests before it was waylaid last year, runs the risk of an unheard-of destruction to local American wildlife and habitats, and when, not if, a break occurs, the U.S. will face a spill and cleanup effort unlike anything ever seen before on land. And to wrap things up, residents of the Siberian region where anthrax re-emerged following a permafrost melt are tentatively returning to their homeland even as scientists warn of further potential outbreaks. Data shows that July was the hottest month on record as global land and ocean temperature records climb throughout the Earth. 82,000 residents are being forced to evacuate their homes across California, and a 4.5 in Afghanistan together with a 5.1 in Chile completes today's Quake Watch. And that wraps up this episode of the World News Update. Join us on Thursday at 9 for a live show, and check back tomorrow for more news that the aware need the most. This week's World News Update is brought to you by themorganreport.com. Join the award-winning free newsletter and let the team at the Morgan Report both build and preserve the wealth that you've worked to gain. And sqmetals.com. Purchase the only currency that has held its value for centuries. Visit sqmetals.com for all your precious metal needs today.